Well, how do you like that? I wonder what Sean's gonna think when he pulls up and sees. They would have just picked this up and thrown it in the dumpster. So I think that's kind of funny. I kind of like that. Gives a little definition to the yard too. So I just discovered some other problems. Oop. I like putting this here. I think I'll just put it down right there, and then that way, because that's got some big heavy electrical connections in it. But I like that. So yeah, I'm cool with that. I think that's funny. All right, let's go look over here. Geesh. Well, the wind is finally calming down, and I got problems there. Wish I had the redneck spa going, because I could use a hot bath right about now. Just blew the damn camera off the. Whoa. Well, that's not very nice. I can't look at my cameras because HughesNet stinks so bad that I can't look at my CamBots here. The wind blew the Arlo off. I can't believe it. Ugh, sheesh. I hope it didn't bust it. I may have to look at that. It just beat the hell out of everything. Everything else over here is good, except for it has ripped that off up there. Didn't do any damage to the roof. My siding job held up. Oh, look at that. Man, that north wind comes. I mean, I grew up on water facing north. And I want to put I have to fix that before it rains. Get some of them green dot nails, fix that. Everything else looks okay. And, I took that camera off and moved it. So I know where it is. Sheesh. Look at that. Well, I got the ladder right there to swing it. Okay. Let's go in there and look at that door thing. Sheesh. Just blew stuff everywhere. I usually just ride around with a tractor and pick stuff up in a bag. So the one thing that I did though was I pulled all that insulation off to see what I was running into here, and now it's going to get down to 22 tonight, so I got to stuff some towels in there or something. Well, it is a pretty sunset. Let's go in there and do some biscuit joinery. You want to? So here it is, the Bosch CS10 15 ampere. Look at this. That is really pretty. Look at that bag. Gee, my grandmother never looked that good. She was a real bag. Look at that. That's like a suitcase for me. I'm taking that up to the house. So let's put this thing together, and then I'll do some biscuit joinery. Welly. Let's take a look here. I've got my Bosch biscuits. Fortunately, I didn't have to buy any of those. Oh, let's see if I can get my hand through all of that. So there's 10s and 20s. I don't know how these work. I'll tell you here in a second. They're made out of some wood. I can't remember what they're made out of. And when you put this kind of glue on it, which I think I got enough of, it causes the biscuits to swell up inside the joint you're about to make. And I don't know if they tell you what they're made out of. No, I forget. Some kind of expanding wood is what they're made out of. The pyramid is opening. Which one? The one with the ever-widening hole in it. Credit Firesign Theater. Okay, what are these? Oh, these are, if you got like a micro little project. These are zeros, I think. Are those called zeros? These are real tiny. And they're so tiny, in fact, FF they call those. Yeah, I remember that now. That they're almost useless in most applications, but because if you're working on something that small, you don't need it to be that rigid anyway. So here's my old Bosch. Oh, it's a Ryobi. I forgot. I thought this was a Bosch. I was thinking that driving home. I hadn't used it in so long. Toy Cannon used this on some projects, and Catbird down Chapel Hill, and So this has been a real good, dependable thing. So you set it right here, 10, 20, and the depth gauge. There you go. You set it there. And what you can do is you got to get this thing, got to do all the adjustments. And then it comes out there with that blade, and then you got to join it together. Let's see if I've got any clamps over here. Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, I got a couple. So this is problematic on big long pieces, and you really do need to clamp this work. So we're going to see how it goes. Getting all set up here is kind of fun. So here's all the lumber for the door. I've got 3 of these 1x4x12s, and boy, poplar just comes out pretty, don't it? And that's a pretty good looking knot there. And they're not so pretty when there's hundreds of them in pine, because they're kind of weak points. So I got it. The door's 85.5, so I'm going to make it 86, and then take my pieces and try to get this to work. So wish me luck. I'm going to need it. All right, so my arithmetic worked out pretty good. You can see the joint right there. This is 85.25. They're all going to be 85.25. I need 12 of them. So you put your pencil mark here, and then you mark it 1, 1. Okay, first piece. And then this is the scrap, not this one. This is what I call the mastermind. I use this to measure with to make sure that everything stays as it should. So here's a piece of the second piece of cut off the 12-foot one to make those over there that are going into place. And so this piece of scrap that came off one of those, that gives me just about this much waste on a piece. So that's pretty doggone good. So I'll be able to pull this off now. So only by the grace of this much waste on, I think 3 pieces by the time you get it all over with. So I've already cut one of the 8-foot pieces. That's my masterpiece right there. And that's the amount of waste left over there. So that's okay because it's got the sticker on it. So and let me tell you something about this saw. That thing there, it means wood cutting. You got that thing's 10 times better than the Craftsman one. So a good purchase. And the Craftsman one I got just to kind of to do something quick. Oh, that was to do the siding on the house, the gemstone siding. So let's get these together, and I'm going to use the number 20 biscuit joints. They'll do fine, and I'll show you what we got here. And then see, that's going to do fine just right there. My only problem now is clamping, so we'll just have to get into that. Now remember that these pieces will be hidden, at least 2 of them. So I mean, I'm going to try to make the joints as good as I can. And it is a barn door, and if I'm lucky, I can position one of these on the cross hatch, the support hatch, the going from corner to corner, in the square of the door. You'll see. So anyway, this is going pretty good. So that's mark number 2, and all that'll sand off. Just be sure and use your pencil. But that thing there, I love. That thing there is my new favorite tool of the day. Okay, so this is the beginnings of the door. I got the Honky Cat side up and the Rocket Man side down, B side up, so you can see a couple of the labels and some of the other imperfections. You'll see this piece here is kind of bowed with biscuits. That does not matter. You can't, well, it kind of matters a little bit. You just have to clamp it, and you want to put, if you got a piece that's curved, put it in the middle. Don't put it on the end. It's just a little woodworking, kind of helps, the door will help it stay the way it should. So these are my only 2 that I have to biscuit up, and so that's pretty good. And you do the same thing here. You pick out, you got to look at both sides and see which ones you like, and which ones. So let's see the way I got that. Now that's B side right there, and that's B side right there. So B side up, like I said. This doesn't really matter so much because you probably should have done this before. I think I did. I keep getting disturbed. So you want to get this stuff right. And all right, so let's glue these together. And first, I got to sort out how I'm going to clamp them. Is my next issue. So yeah, just figure out. Don't glue the A side, B side up, side back, side down. So now it's time to get this joiner out here and make sure we're all set up. And so the way you set this up is look at that. I guess I do a lot of. This might be set up from from making those big horse chest cabinets that they don't use anymore. So the reason you put this mark here and that mark there, so your biscuit will line up. And tell you another little trick too. Look at that. It's got a little bit of a bow in it, but it's okay. When you glue this stuff to the floor, be sure and put a bag under it so the glue doesn't glue your board to the floor. And so that's a good little trick there. You're probably going to have to do some sanding on the glue here. So I don't know what I'm going to do. What am I going to do about clamping this thing? I don't know. Let me see if I can set something up. My guess is I've probably done a couple of 1,000 biscuits with this, and you can tell because it's not cutting anymore, it's burning. It smells like burnt wood. So you can tell it's a little off, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. I try not to make them exact because I just don't like that for some reason. So you can tell your biscuit goes in there just like that. And it smells kind of good. I was going to tell you too, whenever you get any tool, and you gotta have a wrench to, the wrench that comes with it. Hopefully, always lock it down to the end of your cord. This is both, they're both on the same end. So you have to unplug it to change the blade or tighten the blade. It keeps you from massive damage. I was cranking on a chuck when I was a little boy on an old drill with a key, and I hit the trigger. That gets that. I got bit, and you learn real quickly you don't want that to happen again. But this is not only for you, but if your friends want to use it, and explain it to them. It's got to be unplugged before you change your blades of any kind. So just another little tip to live by here. So yeah, I'm through showing you that. Okay. So now we're ready, programmed to receive. Okay, and you'll see that'll make a really nice joint. And you can kind of, I would probably recommend you over glue this thing because it's going to be something that you're going to want. Oh, and you want to get air and blow all that stuff out of there. You don't want anything fouling you up now. That ain't beautiful, but it's okay. Not going to see it, remember? And this is going to have something glued to it. Also, I make notes on my thumbnail. Isn't that funny? And yeah, that's gonna be better than I thought it was gonna be, believe it or not. So let's get the plastic out now. You gotta keep this flat, and I've got a way to clamp it, I think. And so let me get the sawdust out of there and make sure everything's flat, and I'll show you what it comes out looking like. Okay, sweep up a little bit, and I got all my joints cut, and so we're ready to assemble. And it's going to be the old triple clamp. I keep wanting to say triple crown, but no, triple clamping. So let's get this, and then we'll call it a night because I can't do any more until I get these boards done. So saved probably, I don't know, $15, $20, on wood. So that's, that means a lot today because We don't have the pipelines we had a year ago, but let's not get into that, huh? So what you want to do is get your yellow or white glue, whatever you want to use. I don't think you need Gorilla Glue here. And just lay it down in there and let it just sort of scrunch out of there and have you a cloth ready. So that's why this kind of applicator lid is so nice. And interior is good, sands easily good. I'm for all that. Gorilla Glue can be kind of messy. Well, you can tell it's getting in the cool of the evening. Okay, so let me do this thing and I'll show you how I clamp it. But don't be stingy with your glue is all I want to say here. Okay. Okay. So let's just, I'm going to show you what I got going here. And just let it flow. And then get this. And let it sort of sit for a minute and get it, get level. And then when you put this in, make sure you're putting it in evenly. The gap should be even on both sides, and you'll see a little glue come out of there. As you can tell, I've done this before. So, all right, so you just want to dab your glue there, and I'm talking just dab it, because you're going to have the other side too. So, in this kind of joint, everything is everything. Okay, so, didn't take my own advice, did I? Have my cloth around. Of course, the cloth never too far away from here. Okay. Now this one, will it stand right there? Yeah. Well, I'll be dogged. All right. So then, this one, you kind of just want to be careful. You don't want to super gobs of it, but that's probably enough. Lower your lid down. Okay, and now we're going to put these on the floor and join them and clamp them. So there you go. Let's put that in here. You got time. On Gorilla Glue, you got to kind of keep moving on the Gorilla Glue. That can be, well, let me put this down. I'll do it. Okay, so you can see what I did. I took a long clamp here. That's a single clamp, and then I flip it the other way to keep the tension even. And then put another clamp here, and then I get my my big quick grip and put just a little pressure on, a little glue squeezing out of those, just a little tiny bit. That's just what you want. And I had this one break. That plate fell off, got lost in the move, and I had to all you gotta do is just put a little fender washer there, and it holds the guts in it. So anyway. That's it for tonight, but that means sitting overnight, and you got to give that wood glue time to absorb into the biscuit and spread out and do everything. So that'll be just good enough, more than good enough to hold it together to do that. So 1, 2, I think I better measure. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So let me get my measurement and make sure that I'm at least, what was it, 39 and a half. So let me make sure I got that, and if I do, that'll be fine. So more later, more tomorrow. Oh, I know the anticipation's too much for you to bear. So I just put a couple of my scraps there, and 39 and a half will be about here. So I'll have to rip something down. I'll probably rip those two I just glued. I don't know what to do because I want those to really be hidden. So 39 and a half is right here. So that would be 3, so it'd be 1.5 inches off each of those ends, and that'll even further hide the biscuit joinery. So that's pretty better than my. Of course, I use the G's. I've been using this for so long. This old Fat Max is probably, it don't hold out anymore. So anyway, we're doing good here. And I don't know why I put 3 1/3 down there for some dumb reason, I'm sure. Well, 39 and a half, I don't know what I was thinking. That might be what I guessed that I was going to take off. It comes to 3 inches. So okay, so we'll let those cure. Cut those down. Put those on the sides, and we'll have to do this on the floor tomorrow. I hope the old biscuit joiner can sustain. So that's the way you do that. Okay. All right. Let's go and see about some maybe. Once in a while, I eat hot food. Tonight seems like tonight. I think it's like 30 degrees or something. It's gonna be like 20. Oh, I gotta go wrap up those the pipes that are coming out of the water heater. It's on the outside. I'm getting ready to cut off, so I'm gonna go wrap them up. I have a trick when it comes to door seals. You see the plastic bag there? I saw the light of day through here yesterday, and so I put some caulk in there, and I think I'll put that back. But you put caulk in there, and well, that might be just a little dangerous right now, and it might take a couple of days, but that helps seal up the hole. You don't want to be blinded by the light and see little light dots right there like I did yesterday. Okay, but I'm not in here for that. Let's see. Anything is morally never sleep. Only skin deep. Never play. Never argue with a fool. And shortcut, friends. If you've never seen this, there's one on here. This one. The repairman will never have seen a model quite like yours before. But you can come to this, and you can find a lot of stuff. This is the mess. I have built this table along this desk a long time ago, and I've got to find a way to get it back in the house. It's a roll top desk. So anyway, there's a chair goes with it. So I know everything's a mess. This is my new fixture. This is my new piece of furniture here while I wait for that stupid PEX tool. So what we're going to be covering here today is, you can tell it got cold because I got my big quilt out. The Ryobi, I'll show you why I got it apart in a minute. The JM80. Now, they don't make the JM80 anymore. That's me showing you that back there. And this is the one I was using the other day, and we're going to be talking. Let me get that thing over there. Might as well live a little real life here. I've taken it apart, which was relatively simple. You don't have to take these out, these arms, but there are screws in the back here. There are 2 screws that go in right here and go in the back. Lighting's good in it. The sun always helps with lighting. So there those are. And then there are 2 springs that you release right there. And then the back will almost come off. You have to see that that little raised spot right there. I don't know. I have no idea. There's a little raised spot in there. It's going to help. Yeah, right there. And that hooks onto this. Don't put that on your wood floor. And this is where you adjust your depth of cut for whatever size biscuit you have. And this doesn't say FF, it says 0, and then it goes up to 10, 20, and so it's got 3 different sizes basically. And so the reason I've taken it apart is because you saw my video where it's not cutting anymore, it's burning wood out of the hole. And of course that's going to be because the blade's dull. So here's the blade. And I didn't realize it, but the blades sort of have offsets. They're not flat. One is curved one way and the next one's curved the other. And that's a real nice carbide blade. And there is a model called JM82, which obviously replaced this one. And I don't know if that blade fits, but so I kind of went down that rabbit hole yesterday, and I went to Lowe's today, and I bought this, the DeWalt tool does the same thing. They didn't have Bosch like I wanted or anything like that. But I haven't opened this yet, and I don't think I'm going to. $200 for that thing. For a plug-in tool, but I felt like if I end up in a bad scrape here, I'm going to need to have it. But I am going to take this down to the shop, take this blade off and put it in the vise and sharpen it. It appears to me to be, you know, relatively sharp. I don't really know what the problem is, but the edge looks pretty good, but you don't really know that till you get there. I can see little tiny anomalies in there. I don't know how many thousands of cuts I've made with this, but it runs pretty good, and had a mud dauber in there. But that happens. That happened in Eflin all the time, man. Everything had. You'd be walking out to your car in the carport, and you'd hear it buzzing because there were so many mud daubers building up in the shock towers and stuff. But the little tool is very powerful. Whatever you do, don't plug this thing in when it's in this particular position with nothing on there. But I've got to take it down and sharpen the blade, and then we will see about. Let's see if I can get that blade off. And it just looks like a hex key thing. And I'll tell you how it goes. Let's see what Sean says about the new rule here. Hey man, not much. Hadn't seen you in a year. Yeah. You in a dither?
I have to leave here in a few minutes.
Okay.
Can't bump yet.
Okay.
Stay for a little bit.
Okay, I'll get you a cool drink or something.
Alright. Damn tailgate.
Well, it kind of did, didn't it? What happened to it?
The
Didn't come off on the interstate or something, did it?
takes 3 different damn bushings to go in that tailgate. 3 different kinds, and you got to take it by dealership so they can find out which one it is on this particular deal. Just for the damn hinge, you know where it goes, how those bushings go in the end of the tailgate?
Yeah.
So they'll lock in place. Ain't life grand.
It ain't when you got a Chevrolet or a Dodge. Well, your Dodge is good. Good to see you, pal.
You too, buddy.
Come on in. I wanted to. Okay, we're gonna roll tape here.
Roll tape. What you working on?
I got to get your reaction to the new rules. Did you see the new rule?
No. What's the new rule? Oh my golly. No.
I was at Lowe's in Troutman, and it was laying in the middle of the parking lot.
The whole damn thing?
The whole thing. I snuck over there and threw it in the trailer and put it there yesterday.
Perfect. That's perfect.
It don't apply to you though. Right. I'm gonna have to do something with that Amtrak station.
Now what you got to do is get the silhouette of a girl and a guy kissing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't think about that. So.
Oh shit! Now the Amtrak station's got to go up here. Yeah.
Well, you know where that came from. I think that Wayne, when he was an engineer at WSOC in Charlotte, this was across the street in the SOC parking lot.
Okay.
And you know, remember we got on that train?
Yeah, because SOC. That's right. That was where you picked up the train in Charlotte.
Yeah, we went there. That's where we went to Newark that time.
That's right.
And you went to Ireland.
Yeah.
So that's. I'm sure that Wayne picked up that sign.
That's pretty cool.
And I was always thinking it'd be good for some project one of these days.
Oh yeah, Amtrak.
So use that to make you a new bed of the truck for Peaches.
So you want to put a metal roof on this thing?
Yeah, I want to
put over the top of that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I decided I'm not going to do it because it's gonna lop off my head.
That's right. That's right.
With the way the wind, I've learned you just.
And they do a good job. They do a real good job.
And his name's what, Hatfield?
Mark Hatfield.
Mark Hatfield.
I'll give him a call. I know him personally.
Oh, okay. Tell him to call me. I'll text him my number.
Yeah.
That, you know, if you want to do it that way.
What's up with all the video cameras, man?
And so, okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go right on in. Watch your step. I've been busy.
I'll see you now.
It was a joy pulling this stuff out of here. I got rid of that old pan.
Yeah.
And I took the cabinet out.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to put a water heater in it.
Okay.
And I've already got it wired. And I had to move the vent.
Gotcha.
And I had to move this outlet.
Okay.
And so I've got the drain there. I've got drain holes drilled. Well, the in and out for the water heater.
Okay.
And the drain hole there. And I'm ready to lift it up. See, I got my come along up there.
Oh.
So that big,
I hear you.
so that big washer and dryer got down there.
That gum.
I figured that.
Nothing like meatball ingenuity, baby.
I know, meatball it. So the reason I'm doing this is because I can't. You can't get another person to help you. There's no room.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got you.
Is there? You know, I mean, I could, but I mean,
there's no way to slide it and roll it in there anyway.
No, I don't. Not without tearing. Unless I've already trying to protect the floors.
Gotcha.
And I put this floor in.
Okay.
And then I fixed all this, and there's some real funky plumbing underneath that I'm going to clean up.
Cool.
But I'm waiting on my PEX tool.
Gotcha.
So over here is to get you a place to sit. There's the water heater. It's a 110.
Oh, now why did you have to go with the water heater, bub?
Well, the other one, the propane's leaking out of it.
What are you talking about?
That went outside.
Okay.
So when I was out there and it turned on and it blew raw propane in my face.
So
it's just rotten.
It's no good?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm tired of buying propane anyway.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to change
yeah,
to
as
that.
little as you are, a little bit of electricity right there ain't gonna hurt a damn thing, is it?
Yeah, so that's going to go in the cabinet in the back corner. Okay, so I know this is a sideline. I tried pretty doggone hard to get this blade off, and it don't come off. I don't know if it's left-hand thread or right-hand thread. There's not a locking device like on a die grinder, so I put some vice grips on it and tried to pinch it and get it loose. And I think just what I'm going to do is just try to sharpen it on the tool. And she rotates this way, but I think that means it would be a standard right-hand tightening thread. It's not like the wheels on old cars, any old car, old Conestoga wagons. The right-hand side is right-hand thread, the left-hand side is left-hand thread, and if you haul that car backwards, the wheels will come off, they'll unscrew. So, but I think this spins this way. I think it's actually on here. Yeah, there's your little arrow right there. So this goes on. Well, it don't matter because I'm going to sharpen it on here. So let's just do that, and I'll put it back together. And I'm just going to use it, and I'll just go slow. And if I got to burn them out, I'll just burn them out. There's nothing I can do. Or go open that new machine, the biscuit machine here. So, boy, this has turned out so well. I have loved this. This just works. Saves all the air. You don't have to pay every day to get new air, or compressed air, I should say. Okay. All right.